had another good day trading my single Apex account here while I'm waiting for my payout request. Up 977 after commissions, 72% win rate. I'm always checking the 60-minute chart before I start trading. All these purple lines are manually drawn support and resistance lines. Like this one up here I had drawn a week earlier. You can see how many times it bounced off this line. After our big sell-off earlier in the week, it came right down to that line. Had a nice hold up. This purple line was also drawn over a week ago, and this is where we've gotten a hold up today so far, right around 18,430. 8:30 a.m. we had a big push up from the NFP. We made it right up to the pivot point. Never made it above the pivot point. We've had another big sell-off for the rest of the day. On the 5-minute NQ, we had some good ebb and flow signals today. Had one here. When we broke below this trigger candle, we were also breaking below whole number. Made it down over 20 points before it retraced. Had another ebb and flow signal, taking the break below this trigger candle, went down about 50 points. This is the last valid ebb and flow signal for the way I trade them. I trade them only on the 5-minute NQ chart, and I only take the candles that close between 9:35 and 10:25. Taking the close below that, targeting S2, there was another 30 points, and then when we broke lower, it did drop much further. Here's my 1-minute chart from this morning, where I'm taking most of my entries. First candle of the day, we get a green trend background and a green entry candle. We're button up right against this pivot. We never got a break above this entry candle, so no trade triggered, never broke above the pivot point. Here we get a break below yesterday's close. Got a bunch of delta coming in. We don't get a push below this entry candle. We drift back up to yesterday's close in the 20 SMA. And as we're drifting back up, there's no real delta coming back in. After this big delta push to the downside, there's no real delta coming into the upside as we're retracing a little bit. We have a nice wicking candle right off the 20 SMA. This was my first trade of the day. Red entry candle, red background. We're breaking below these previous lows. This orange square dashed line, this was not here when this candle was printing. This is the center of the opening range. It doesn't become solidified until 9:45. So the center of the opening range was up here. We had more strong delta coming in, plenty of room to VWAP. I got in on a short as we broke lower from this entry candle, targeting VWAP. We closed below VWAP, but we're getting hung up right here at yesterday's low, this blue line. But once I see the delta continuing to come in, and we start moving below yesterday's low, I got in on another short, looking to target S1. We made it right down to the S1 line. Here we got a reversal signal. Nice wick on the delta there. I got a small scalp long back up to yesterday's low. That's actually over 10 points right there from the breakout of this entry candle up to yesterday's low. At this point, the center of the opening range line is formed. We're getting a lot of hold up at the center of the opening range now after 9:45. Getting stopped at the 20 SMA once again. You can see all morning long the 20 SMA just holding very nicely. 20 SMA, my favorite moving average. I got in on another short. We started getting the red entry candles, got a reversal signal. Just looking at the delta throughout the day, it's mostly red, breaking below yesterday's low again. I was thinking we would at least retest S1. Got a little hold up at S1. Got a reversal signal here, green entry candle. We're button up right against the 20, and we got yesterday's low in VWAP. There's just no room to get into a trade there, but we never actually break above this entry candle. No trade triggered. The price action wasn't that great for the next 20 minutes. Floated up a little bit, floated down, major chop. As we started to approach 10:30, I was definitely interested in trying to get one more short. When we got this nice big juicy red entry candle, the red trend background, bunch of delta coming in, I got in on a short on a break lower, looking to test S2. And there we are at 10:30. I'm done for the day. Trade from 9:30 to 10:30. I was also trading on my Take Profit Trader account on my other computer. There's links in the description for Take Profit Trader. They've got a special 50% sale going on right now. And if you don't care about potentially having to videotape yourself, Apex still has the Labor Day sale going on until September 11th. And if anyone wonders why I would still promote Apex, I've been trading with Apex since the beginning, back in 2021. Apex totally changed the game when they came out. They were the absolute best for many years. They didn't have all the crazy rules. never had any issues with payouts. They were putting all the other prop firms to shame. And it's not until the last few months where they started kind of losing their minds, I think. And I'm sure they are probably having to deal with tons of scammers and all that stuff, but I do think that asking for this crazy video proof is way over the top. But if you were going to get an actual remote job for an actual real prop firm, you'd definitely be doing Zoom calls, live video, things like that. But for what Apex Trader funding is, I feel like the excessive video proof is an absolute invasion of privacy. Can't quite get behind that one. We'll see what happens if I ever get asked to do it. But if you don't mind that aspect of it, I'm going to continue to use them. I'm also going to diversify and trade with some other companies. There's always some crazy stuff going on with all these different funded companies. I used TopStep back in 2016. TopStep used to have the strictest rules out there. They weren't for me back then. I traded with Trader, got funded with them. I traded Lilu, got funded with them. There's data issues and other issues with all these different prop firms at different times. I had data issues in my live accounts with AMP Futures. I had an account with Tradeovate before they became NinjaTrader. Had a live account with NinjaTrader Brokerage. Anyways, in effort of not rambling anymore, I hope you got some good ideas for your own trading. Hit that like button if you're enjoying this content. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.